rented your home and only used it for a vacation home, did the village's real estate help you find a renter? I don't know if the village real estate even does that. But no, I didn't use anybody. I did it myself. It's easy done, easy peasy. It's not a big deal. Never had a problem. I rented it out for several years. I only had one renter that really wasn't my renter that caused any kind of damage. It wasn't a big deal. It was like $100 damage he caused. And it goes back to here's the thing if you're going to rent. I rented my house out to a lady by the name of Bonnie something or another. I'd tell you her name if I could think of it. She was from New York area somewhere. And sent her the contract. She signed it. The money was no problem. The check, I might say the check was in the bank. Everything was easy peasy, no problem. She'd been to the villages before. So she absolutely knew where my house was at. And that's why she wanted it, because she knew how close it was to Sumter Landing. So she comes down, she rents it. 4 or 5 days later, I got a phone call from a neighbor that I know at my house saying something about a guy there had wrecked my golf cart in the garage, and she thought he was drunk. She said the guy's drunk like from morning, noon to night. So I called down, and then Bonnie said, yeah, he had accidentally, hit that metal pole in the garage that protects the furnace right there, and caused a little damage. So I called the park car, pick it up, take it in, fix it. $550 later, new windshield later, all this stuff, they get it fixed. I tell her straight out, I'm taking it out of your damage deposit, and I says, I don't want that golf cart back over there, because this guy that was there with her, he's drunk all the time. And then she told me, he probably drinking a little bit. And then first of all, nobody else in there. Said right in the contract, any additional people's name had to be listed on that contract, and anybody else's name had to sign the waiver for the golf cart, and then his name never appeared on anything. And so she also didn't pay for every person other than her was an extra $100 a week. I think that's where my contract was. So she didn't pay that. So let's just say before she left, I got my money, the house was fixed, and her name and his name also, I got it later, went on my do not rent list ever again. So you have to kind of watch that. But other than that, I rented it myself, had a home watch guy I paid, $40 a month. He took care of everything as far as cleaning it out between renters and all that stuff. And I had a guy that mowed my yard all the time. He charged me $40 a month to keep the grass and the bushes trimmed. And Patio Villa doesn't have much of a yard. So yeah, they did all that. I never had a problem, and I rented it out for, I don't know how many years, not a whole lot of years, but like 4 years maybe. And other than that one guy, we never had a problem. Because I'll tell you what, if you're honest and you're truthful with your renters, and here's what happened to me. That happened on the first year, by the way, the very first year I owned it. After that, I rented it out. I learned a couple of things. And I rented it out to some Canadian people for the whole 3 months. One couple rented it for 3 months. I wouldn't rent it out a month at a time anymore. And so they would rent it for January, February, and March. And, when everything was okay and cleared by my home watch guy that would inspect the house when they left and clean it out, then I would send them their deposit back. No big deal. And once you do that, and they know that you're going to be an honest person when it comes to that deposit and stuff, and they know where it is and they like the area, every year after that, until the day I sold it, those same people rented that same house every year. I had a guy from England that flew over here every October, and he rented that same house for the month of October every year. So you get a rapport like that, and then you don't really have that many problems. Remember, we're in a retirement community. Most older people don't party that much. They don't tear things up. They're very neat, they're very clean, they're very quiet. That's the way most of them are. Just make sure you rent your house out to age-appropriate people. Don't be renting it out in the middle of summer to some 25-year-old with 3 kids for a week. It's not that that's illegal. It's just that it's a pain in the ass to the other neighbors. It really is. They didn't come here to live in a place with a street full of bicycles, of kids running around. So it's just not good. If they're visiting, it's one thing. But a lot of them come here for vacations. They don't know anybody here. They just come here for vacations. And those are the ones I'm talking about. I don't care if they like it or not. Just, I wouldn't rent to them. That's just me. Did somebody manage question? These always interest me. The first time questions. People don't know anything about the place. I'm telling you, the first questions is really interesting to me. I've been watching your videos for a long time. I go blah, blah, blah. I'm only in my early 40s. But I look forward to the day of being a villager. Why? That's the first thing right there is why. You know what you're doing? You're wishing your life away. Enjoy yourself now. You're 40. My God, you feel good. You know, you probably got a decent job. You can travel. You know, you can get up in the morning without making old people noises and back hurting and your neck being sore and your knee popping, and just enjoy your life now. You'll get here plenty soon enough. My first word of activity impact of the landfills. We don't have any landfills here. I don't know who told you that. The only landfill, call it a landfill if you want, is over behind the Volusia Golf Course. Which is over kind of catty corner across the street from the Sarasota golf club place where they hit the balls out into the water. There's a kind of a landfill back behind that. It's for contractors. That's where they dump a lot of the construction equipment. I've seen dump trucks go in there with like loads of, I don't know, dirt, concrete, stuff like that. But as far as our trash goes, our garbage trash goes to a landfill in Bushnell, Florida, which is our county seat. It's over there somewhere. And we also have recycle trucks. And the recycle trucks, I'm not sure where they go. Somebody told me there was a recycle place over here in Wildwood, and they went over there. That could or could not be true. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just letting you know what I was told. But as far as having garbage dumps around us here, but up around Liberty Park, the village of Liberty Park, there's certain areas of Liberty Park that I wouldn't buy in if it's anywhere close to. It's just me. I'm not pointing fingers, but anywhere near Buena Vista, because there's a water treatment plant. It's up kind of on a hill, surrounded with bushes. It's hidden very well. There's a little sign out by the road telling you about the water treatment plant up there. They clean that out about twice a year. And let me just say that it's kind of like living next to a hog farm. You know what I mean?